This is Carl at National RV Detroit, and I'm going to walk us through this 2020 Palomino Solaire model 253 RLS. Okay, so we've got regular scissor type stabilizers on it. Your stairs fold into the trailer, and then you can adjust the length of the legs by pulling these pins. Each leg has one, so you can adjust it accordingly. You've got outside speakers, power awning with lights. This is your range hood vent, so if you're going to be running the fan in the range hood inside, make sure you push up and open up the flap and let it flap freely, the baffle, let it flap freely. So whenever you're venting, you want to do that. Otherwise, when you're traveling, just keep it shut, or in storage, keep it shut, okay? You got TV hookup here, signal and power, okay? This is your hitch. It's a Husky centerline weight distribution hitch with built-in sway control, so it's a good one, so keep that in mind. And that is your sewer hose kit. This crank here, you can use it obviously on the stabilizers, but also you can, if this power tongue jack happens to fail, you can pull this plug right here and put it on the nut inside and crank it manually if you have to. It'll get yourself out of trouble. Okay. Also, you have two LP tanks which are full with a regulator, of course. You have a deep cycle marine battery, which is new, and there's a kill switch for it right here. Okay, so you're always going to leave it on unless you're in storage or something like that, because you want to leave it on when you're traveling because you want your alternator to charge the battery, of course, and then of course when you're plugged in you want the power converter to do that. So you can generally, you're going to keep it on unless you're in storage. All right, this is your water heater. Set this right here. The thing to know is that this runs on gas and electric, right? But this switch right here, this rocker switch, if you can see it, it's in the lower left-hand corner. It controls the electric heating element that's behind this cover here. So keep in mind you want to turn it on and off right there. There's switches inside the trailer too, but keep an eye on or mind about that one. Also, this is the drain here. Inch and 16 socket, 6-point. So you can drain your water heater tank right there. Okay, so the most common way to get water to the trailer is your city water hookup. Just put the hose on there, turn it on, you're all set. Now if you go to a campground that does not have plumbing on the campsites, you can pre-fill your fresh water tank right here and then use the onboard pump to pump the water. Okay. Also, you can see those are low points, and the white one is the fresh water drain. Okay. Now you've got two gray tanks. Gray tank number 1, which is right here. There's the valve for it, and then over here it's the gray tank number 2, or galley tank. And this black one right here, that's your black tank, your toilet water and waste. So you always dump the black one first, and then you follow up by dumping the gray, which is cleaner water, sink and shower water, and the black one is toilet water and waste. So you're washing the toilet water and waste out with this sink and shower water, just cleans it up. But if you leave that black tank valve open, you can hook the hose at the dump station right to here, turn it on, and it'll spray the inside of your tank out. Okay? This is just an outside shower to hose things down. This is your cord. It's a 30-foot, 30-amp cord with a reducer. These are cable and satellite through. Okay? Also, this is pre-wired for a backup camera. That's what that housing is up there. Also, while we look up, keep in mind the manufacturer states you should inspect your roof every 90 days. So every 90 days someone needs to go up there and look around, make sure there's no cracking or separation or no issues at all from low branches, anything like that. Just give it a good inspection, okay? This is your LP connect. This is a quick connect right here, so you know. Okay, so let's go inside here. Okay. All right, so let me see. We got some find the switches here. There we go. So, this is your control panel right here. Okay. This is your power awning right here. Never leave it out unattended, of course. This is your slide out right here. Lights, your water pump that I told you about is right there. And remember I told you you could light the water heater on, or you could turn on the electric heating element outside. Well, you can also light the gas for the water heater right here. It works either or both. Okay, and then you have your batteries charged, fresh water tank, black, 1 and 2. There's no gray, third gray tank, so you just use 1 and 2, okay? All right. Let me get on my feet here. So this is your radio. You can pull the film off of it, obviously, so this is a protected film on there still. That is the remote for it right there. You can play CDs and DVDs. You can stream off USB, okay? You can stream wirelessly with Bluetooth using your phones or tablets. It has 2 speaker zones, 1 and 2. 1 is inside the trailer, 2 is out. So there's a lot you can do with it. It has all the normal AM, FM radio functions, okay? So, all right. And that's just a remote for your TV. Let's just look here. Okay, so keep in mind that you have to keep this on. You can shut it off if you see that, but you want this on because that's the signal booster for the digital antenna. Okay. It hasn't been used. I'm going to put some silicone on that a bit. You want it to be strong enough to stay into place, but it doesn't have to be that tough, okay? Alright, so here's the range that I told you about. Remember the baffle outside? Your microwave works like any other microwave. Your range is pretty much RV standard these days. It sparks by sparking this clockwise, alright? So you're just going to light it. I don't know if it's got any gas turned on or not. I'll see here. Let me go out and see here. Okay, even if the tank has changed, keep in mind you have to, there'll be a big pocket of air in there, so that you have to push out. So sometimes it'll take a few minutes to get the air purged out of the LP line. But this may be shut off, I'm not sure. No, there, it's on, so I just have to give it a minute to get up there. Okay. Alright, let's try it again here. There it goes. So you can see that it's pretty simple now. The pilot light for the oven is all the way to the back at the bottom. I don't know if you can see that or not, but what you do is you're going to go to pilot, depress it. This is the oven knob, obviously. Keep it depressed, and then you'll light the pilot down there. After it lights, you hold this for another 10 seconds or so. Go to operating temperature, and it cycles on and off like an oven does. But when you shut it off, the flame goes out, of course. But so does the pilot light. So you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. Always travel with this down. Okay. Now this device here is the power converter. This converts AC to DC power. So at home a regular current is AC 110, 120 AC. So you have regular circuit breakers like you'd see at home, and they're all labeled, right? So that's where the AC power for the trailer is handled right there. Then it's converted down or over to 12 volt DC. You got a breaker here, you got fuses here, another breaker. These 240s are the master fuses, so keep that in mind. If you ever had a wild power surge or something and the 12 volt side goes out, always check here first, because that's 9 times out of 10 that's where the problem would be. If any of these fuses blow, they'll light up, and you can see them glowing through this tinted plastic here. Of course, all these fuses are labeled also, and if you're plugged in, it'll sense how much energy your battery needs, and it'll send 10 amps if it needs it, or just trickle a couple to keep it charged if it needs it. It's smart that way, and it'll always send just what the battery needs. Okay. Okay, so this is your thermostat. It's very simple. You just hit the bar, and that's the mode bar. So there you go, cool, high auto, heat off, fan, which is the air conditioner running without the compressor, cool, high, low, low auto, and high auto. That's high auto is the most common way to have it. Always try to keep the fan on auto when you're using the air conditioner, okay? Like I said, the fan is just the air conditioner running without the compressor. All right, this device down here is the LP carbon monoxide detector. So if it detects LP gas buildup or carbon monoxide leak, it'll go off. And if that happens, obviously you take everybody outside, leave the door open, shut the gas off at the front, and figure out what's going on. It should always be green like it is, and if not, get it serviced. Okay, this is a 12-volt DC compressor refrigerator. So it's just like your compressor refrigerator at home, except it runs on 12 volts. Okay, always put that like that so you don't dent the doors. Also, the doors do have a film over them still, so that can be peeled off, I noticed. So you can pull the poles out of the bottom and set this tabletop on these cleats that go around here. Use the back curses to fill in the space, and you've got another bed there. Let's go this way. You have a fan in the bathroom. Always use the fan with the shower. You want to pull the humidity out. Sink and shower work like any other sink and shower. If you don't know RV toilets, the main thing to know is you can't use it dry. By dry, we're talking about the black tank directly below. So when you pull into the campground, you'll hook up your power and your water. Then you'll come in here and you'll have one dose of chemical in your hand, one dose of toilet chemical. And you put it right in the bowl. Then you step on the flush pedal, water will come swirling out and flush the chemical into the black tank, and you'll stand on this long enough to put about a gallon of water in the black tank. There's no way to tell exactly what that is, just use your common sense. You can put more, some people use more water than a gallon, but it's up to you. The main thing is, when you're starting off with a dry black tank, you have to have chemical and water, otherwise the smell will be you probably won't do it twice anyway, so, okay. So you have a TV hookup over here, of course. There's a backer plate. You got your emergency window. The bed flips up. You can store on like a Foot Locker type situation underneath, so, okay. So let me look around and see if I got everything, which I believe I do. Okay, so I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. And please remember what I said about inspecting the roof every 90 days. You're looking for cracking or separation at the sealant, right? And also look to make sure there's no roof damage, period, from low branches or road debris or whatever. But it's important to do that, and if you see any issues, have them taken care of immediately, okay? Thank you very much.